So apparently in the last 24 hours, more than my usual 15 parents have been watching my videos. And so today I'm going to be careful with what I say. But I do have something to say. I've heard from many people in the last day, people with terrible stories about being bullied, their kids being bullied themselves, growing up in terrible circumstances outside their control. And the stories are heartbreaking. And they should have been dealt with. They should have been dealt with swiftly to support, protect the victim, and to come down hard on people who want to humiliate others. Some people shared with me the impression from my last video that I was labeling victims, blaming them for their torment. Absolutely not. What I said is that there's usually something to deal with apart from the bullying. Deal with the bullying. Deal with it swiftly and firmly, and then deal with the child. Deal with your child. Help them to be strong. Help them to grow. Help them to deal with their pain and give them purpose for it. I was talking to one parent recently, and she said, anytime my son tells me that somebody was being a bully, they always ask what happened right before. That's not the wrong question to ask. It is rare for conflict to be one-sided, and it isn't victim shaming to ask a child what their part is in the conflict. It's what they need. Just because they use the word bully doesn't mean we shouldn't ask questions, because there's two sides to every story. The answer might be that there was nothing, that they didn't have a part in it, and that the other kid was just targeting them for no other reason than that they're different. It might be that there is a power imbalance socially or physically that's creating an atmosphere of humiliation. Man, you deal with that swiftly, and I have, and I always will. No kid deserves humiliation. The reality is that most people are not good at conflict, and kids are no different. Sometimes they end up making things worse. In fact, quite often. As parents, we're trying to teach them how to handle the world. If your child is being annoying for fun, and most kids do, you need to deal with it. And if your child is being cruel for fun, even more so. Some of the comments criticize me for saying kids can be annoying. I've worked with kids all my life. I love them deeply. They can be annoying. Many times they're annoying on purpose. That's why they need us. Let's say 1 in 100 kids actually enjoys hurting people to feel powerful. Then if you have a school of 1,000, that's going to be a lot of power struggling going on. A lot of kids at war with themselves and with others. The kids who fall prey to this behavior are very often power struggling themselves. And the goal of all this parenting stuff is to help these kids grow emotionally, whether your kid is the one struggling with others or the one struggling with themselves. They need to learn to be content who they are and avoid the traps of shame and blame, guilting themselves, guilting others. That's where this stuff comes from. And whether your child is the victim or they're the bully, they need help. But the culture of your community is going to affect that. The culture of the classroom and the culture of your home. It might make that number go up, or it might make that number go down. Maybe 1 in 50 kids in your school enjoys evil, and there's a lot of it. Or maybe you have a really positive community that you and other families and your school have supported. Excellent. But when kids see adults enjoying cruelty or superiority, making others feel powerless and humiliated, it destroys the fabric of your community. It destroys the fabric of your home. It's no wonder to me that kids are so cruel on social media. They see their parents doing the same. And those parents might say, well, the person I'm cruel to deserves it. But that's what everyone says who's cruel. That's what cruel kids say to me. No kid deserves to be humiliated. I will stand by what I was trying to say before, even if I didn't say it in the best way. The majority of the uses of the word bully in my life, The vast majority are just conflicts between two kids where one kid says the word bully to try to gain the sympathy of an adult and make themselves feel, or they've maybe believed that they are a victim, when in fact they're a part of the problem. That's what I'm trying to help. That's what I'm trying to address. That's what I'm trying to support, because those kids need that help too. They need help on how to navigate complex social situations without being bossy or mean. Now, some kids are victims, genuine victims to cruelty. They need adults to come with loving support around them, go through the pain together. But they also need adults who are going to come, help them stand up on their own feet, dust themselves off, and make a plan to make it better. That's how you empower kids. The kids who get genuinely targeted for aggression are hugely important to me. They just aren't the topic of my last video, and so I didn't address them. And to be honest, I don't think the parents of bullies are scouring the internet looking for parenting help. So that being said, I'm determined to be frank on this channel, to tell the truth. As parents, if we can't face the truth, how will our kids face the world? My name is Luke, and this is Parent Academy. I hope it helps.